Welcome to Jonestead, stranger. An underground town, safe and far away. It's not the most interesting place in Skyrim for adventurers. Not really. Normally, I'd ask a newcomer if they're interested, but since that would mean relinquishing all of your weapons, I suppose if you're desperate for work. You can see if our town's founder, Marcus Pinder, has any... I'm Walsh, co-founder. 10 years ago, Marcus came to me, seeking aid to build him I was the head of a construction company at the time. He said he was so families have come and gone, but the Pinder... Anyway, about the name. Marcus thought it would be a good idea to name it after the said he thought this place was like a crater on the face of the moon. Sorry, I'm not one to spread gossip. Almost everyone here is happy to keep their doors open, and well, when Marcus and I founded Jonestead 10 years ago, he wanted to have no part in whatever wars. The town's pacifist roots have helped. Bandits have never been a problem, thanks to the Jarl of the Rift, and his commitment to securing our perimeters. Take care of yourself out there.
Hello. Always nice to... How nice of you to say. Hammerfell. She welcomes any weary traveller to her home. I am Alone Adanda, loyal wife to... I am Alone Adanda,
I'm okay
loyal
with the
wife
dark,
to the land.
but I've spent more
We
than my
moved
share
here
of
from
time.
solitude a few months ago.
Wood! Nakast! What? Who are you? Oh, good. It's been a while since we received a visitor that was in. Now, let's just start over. I'm Marcus Pinder, founder of this town. I sent my daughter Kasha out over an hour ago to fetch some fresh goods. If you wouldn't mind, can you go look for her and bring her back immediately? I have some spare. It is. Consider it a test to see if you're reliable for jobs that require a little more. Okay, just come back with her soon, understand? I need to get back to planning. Sorry, but I need some time to think about it. Wood! Nakast!
This is unacceptable. What gives Walsh the right to open private shipments addressed to my name?
You have to understand that it's only a precaution, Bosca. Ever since you moved here, you've been petitioning non-stop to allow the sale of weapons. My father...
Yes. Your father. I've asked countless times to speak with him privately about his idiotic policy, and still he refuses me. This town's love for pacifism has gone too far. Nobody here wants to admit it, but Skyrim is under attack. Noble warriors on the outside are in desperate need of weapons, wherever they go. Let me provide them with the swords that they need, while at the same time helping their father avoid the pit he's dug himself into.
Don't pretend to care about my father. If you truly wish to help, then you can start by not breaking the rules. Aid the people of Skyrim by going to where they need it most. Do not wait for that opportunity to stumble into town.
You've made your point. So be it. But my chance at saving a little piece of Skyrim is right here in Jonestead. Tell your father that I will no longer be pestering him over this matter. Now take your goods and leave. I have a much more appreciative guest waiting to be served. What have we here? I'm afraid that's personal. Bosca. Just your simple Argonian. I heard the old way, so I jumped at the chance to fill the open position. I'm afraid I can't help. My orders are to keep track of the inventory and supplies that are to... You're welcome to take supplies, I guess. I won't stop you, but at least have the decency not to take all the alcohol on the second floor. May we meet again.
Oh, hello. I did not realize you were waiting. You're new to Jonstead, aren't you? It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Kasha. I apologize for giving you a poor first impression of our town. Bosco over there isn't on the best of terms with my father. I foolishly thought it was a good idea to... But enough of that. It's not every day that a stranger comes to our town. What brings you to Jonstead? In that case, maybe you should talk to my father. He may have something... This again? Can't you just let me have some time to myself without worrying? Ugh, this is so embarrassing. Let's hurry and get back home. I'm sure hope he pays you well.
What? Nakas!
where have you been?
I went to get the food from Madado like you asked.
Which took you hours? Listen, Kasha, you can't keep doing this. Now more than ever, I need to know you're safe. The Civil War and the Return of the Dragon is the perfect chance.
Not. Is going to happen. Dad, almost 20 years of us running with.
Wood! Nakast!
Kasha, where have you been?
I went to get the food from Madado like you asked.
Which took you hours? Listen, Kasha, you can't keep doing this. Now more than ever, I need to know you're safe. The Civil War and the Return of the Dragons is the perfect chance for them to strike.
Nothing is going to happen, Dad. Almost 20 years of us running away from whatever it is you fear, even longer for you alone. Not once have we been in danger.
Soon you'll understand. I'm so close to finishing this battle. When it is finally over, I'll tell you everything. Trust me.
Trust? How can you say that? You trusted this stranger to bring me back here. And you couldn't trust me to do something so mundane as to bring you food? You haven't left this house since we got news of the attack on Helton. Keep hiding all you want, but I'm visiting Ripton tomorrow. With or without your permission.
Walsh has already been informed to keep an eye on who comes and leaves Jonestead. I made sure to let him know you are not allowed to leave unless I say so. Altog and Bugdol will be outside the gate if you manage to slip out.
Are you insane? Okay, have them do that. I'll find some other way out of here.
That went better than I expected. Not good, but not as bad as how she reacted when we moved out of Solitude when she was a kid. I hope it wasn't a hassle tracking her down. As promised, here's 200 gold. It's not much, but I have some more to spare if you're willing to run one more errand for me. I'm sure she wouldn't be too happy if all I said was, her mother passed away during childbirth. I'm sure she would have loved Kasha. She would have been an excellent mother. Far better parent than I have been. Beautiful, isn't she? Her looks obviously come from her mother, who was Ashen. Kasha is actually of mixed race. Ashen, Nord, Imperial, and even Bosmer. Her family has quite a history. No, she doesn't. She abhorred. But until then, it pains me to put her through this. As a matter of fact, yes, she does. And to help out with our personal finances, she goes around town providing maid services for a small... The Donda schedule her to work every weekday, Zunsa every weekend, and the others hire her at random. Kasha loves her job. Keeps her entertained in what she would consider a boring old town. She always has fun with Zunza. Fine by me. Indeed she did. To her, I'm just an overprotective father. But in reality, look around, dear friend. There is turmoil wherever you go. But none of that is what worries me. Pinder family has known nothing but their torment ever. I cannot discuss it. The fact that I am even talking to you about this is because I trust you not. Maybe when it is all over, or you'll quietly go on with your life as my bloodline comes to a tragic end. Yes, originally I had planned to have you deliver this letter by yourself, but as you saw, Kasha is furious. It would be a load off my back if you can take her with you. May she consider it my unspoken apology. Usually, she would have to wear a mask whenever she travels with me outside of Jonestead. But I figured since your path is through the wilderness, it wouldn't hurt not to wear it this one time. Exactly what I wanted to hear. Now to tell you where you're going. Do you know of Euphoria Palace? No problem. Here's a letter. Don't bother trying to read it. It's highly encrypted. Deliver it to one of the guards at the front entrance. They'll know who it's for. It's a brothel. Now before you judge, I have business. We go way back. Our friendship during these trying times will be beneficial for us all. That's all there is to it. Have Kasha tag along, deliver the letter to Euphoria Palace, and return for your payment. I'd appreciate if you'd do this immediately. Go tell Kasha about the plan when you're ready. Now if you'll excuse me.
Oh, hello again. Are you planning on staying a while longer? It'd be nice to have some company for once. Thinking about a way to get out of here. Maybe stuff. If I sneak into the warehouse during the middle of the night. No, you're right. It won't. I just don't know what to do. Maybe I'm just being selfish. My father needs me. Give me one chance to prove that I can look after myself. To explore Skyrim without him by my side. What? Are you serious? By the gods, what did you say to him? Doesn't matter. I can't believe it. Thank you so much. Let me get some of my gear. Well, I better bring along my mask, too. I don't know what to say. Ever since Again, thank you. If only you knew how long I've waited for this opportunity. Ugh. I knew this was too good to be true. Father's obsessed with it. He always has an excuse. He can't admit that he's going there for... But that letter is only to schedule another appointment. Yes, it's a chance to finally get out of Jonestead and see the world in a complete... I'm not thrilled about the destination, but maybe my father is turning over a new leaf. This could be his way of preparing me to leave the nest. My 20th birthday is coming up, right behind you. It would be best not to upset my father by taking me anywhere else. Not that I would mind. If you have an emergency on the way there, you can send me back to Jonestead. I'll wait inside by the entrance.
It's so bright out here. I don't know how to stay.
What? Nakas! I've got a message for you from Louis Latrouche. This is for double-crossing him. Never should have come here.
Guess it's all clear now.
Welcome to Euphoria Palace. Ah, thank you. It shall be delivered as soon as my shift ends. Yes, we get letters like this all the time. Let us do our job and you do yours, courier.
What? Nakas!
How did it go? Well, I guess that's what happened when it comes from a frequent customer. I'm just thinking. I can't help but feel mesmerized by the majesty of this world. And yet so sad that I have to go back under my rock for gods know how long until I can see it again. But will I? At least like this? Because of you, my father allowed me to go out with a complete stranger and without hiding my identity. I have no way of knowing for sure if I will ever get another chance at being so close to freedom. Suffering and death. I know they are inevitable, so I will be ready. I focus on the positives. They will be what carry me through life. Well, I guess that's what happened. I'm just thinking, and yet so sad that I have to go back under my rock for gods know how long until I can see it again. I have no way of knowing for sure if I will ever get another chance at being so close to freedom. Or pleasantly disappointed, but I see your point. Maybe this is only the beginning of something wonderful. Dad won't let me spend my birthday cooped up inside again with only the Zunzao family as party guests. Right after you, sir. Oh, and one more thing. Thank you for making me feel better. Kinda disappointed we have to go back so soon. If I did, I wouldn't have had that outburst. I would be more understanding. It has not been easy living and knowing that the only reason I'm not free is because of my father. He loves me, but he can't trust me. But it would put my mind at ease. I deserve to know the truth. No. My dad and I used to play stick battles when I was a kid. That's the closest. I wish I could help you if we wanted any trouble. But I just get. Other than what he probably said, there isn't much left to tell. I love my. If by some miracle I ever leave Jonestead, I'll offer my services to someone in Skyrim. Okay, I'll be waiting in front of Euphoria Palace. Ready to return to Jonestead? Great, take the lead.
Where'd you come from?
Excellent, you have returned. Now is that blood? Kasha, what happened?
Father, please, keep calm. There were two men right outside Jonestead, clad in ebony armor. They attacked us.
Can it be? Have they finally decided to reveal themselves? God's given me strength. I was a fool to let you go out.
No, you weren't. I'm fine. But please tell us what's going on. Now's not the time to keep secrets.
I hoped it would never come to this. So be it. Kasha, go to your room and gather anything that would help you survive for a few days. Grab the goods you got from Madato and put on some warm clothing.
What? Where are we going?
I'm not going anywhere. You are. My place is here in Jonestead. Now hurry. There isn't much time.
Father, please.
Go. I need to speak with our friend. He can explain everything to you later. Damn it all. I should have posted Altog and Bogdo at the entrance like I said earlier. Thankfully, you were there to stop those men before they had a chance to get what they came here for. Before I go on, I need to express my gratitude for not only delivering that letter, but also for saving my daughter. Here's 500 gold for the delivery, and 1,000 for dealing with those men. going to need to ask you a big favor. Those men were most likely scouts. An attack force will be dispatched when they fail to report back. It will take some time for my assistants from Euphoria Palace to be sent to their assigned locations around Jonestead. I pray that they get here sooner rather than later. They must be. Why would anyone be standing outside of the entrance? They were waiting. Not only that, they attacked you on sight. Did you happen across anything interesting they were carrying? Any clues to their identity? That emblem sounds familiar. Then again, this isn't the first time the enemy has hired Merc. I'll do some quick research and see if I can find anything matching your description. Anything else? Not a lot to go off of, I know. But there's no doubt that they are the enemy I've been hiding from all these years. You have been patient with me. Thank you. What I'm about to tell you is difficult. About 200 years ago, around the time of the Oblivion Crisis, there was an incident involving a certain legendary hero the hero of Kvatch, the champion of Cyrodiil. Indeed, she went by many names, given many honor. The details have been lost in time. The point is that she was no stranger to answering the calls for help from Cyrodiil. That is where my family comes in. One of my ancestors was captured by an Argonian. Bastard did wretched things to the women he captured, enslaved, tortured, and mutilated them. At the end of the day, they were locked up in his own private palace to perform favors for anyone who was... They had no choice. All of them had been poisoned and under the influence of sap of unique history from the depths of Argonia. Their wills bent by the men who bought their services. She had a sister, a traveling maid that stumbled upon the champion's home. The sister had also been poisoned and begged the champion to rescue the captured woman. The champion obliged and confronted Desan. Surprisingly, yes. Whether out of honorable mercy or sick admiration of Desan, the champion let him live, but in exchange for my ancestor. Unfortunately, the other women in the palace were forced to remain. All those who left the palace were doomed to suffer from an endless life of embarrassment as the sap removed and amplified their urge. My two ancestors went on to serve as the champion's maids at no cost as a token of their appreciation. Eventually, they all parted ways. The champion, like all legendary heroes that came before, but my family had been given hope and were destined to grow. Then Project Purity stepped in. A clandestine organization that has been around for a very long time. It is composed of some of the best mages, alchemists, and philosophers in Tamriel. They were the ones pulling Desan's strings, giving him the gold and resources to expand along the path they desired. That is, of course, until they assassinated him for demanding more than he deserved. Anyway, the champion's interference upset them, so they took it out on my family as an act of revenge. Generations of my family have been wiped out. Wives, husbands, and children. All gone. My mother and father, dead because of Purity's despicable acts of warfare. Now, only Kasha and I remain. God, how long has it been? I never came face to face with Purity my entire life. They go dormant every decade or two, but they always come back. We thought my father had defeated them once and for all, but then the West Weald massacre happened. Damn, I'm rambling again. It must be the old age. But I hope I satisfied your curiosity. I still have to tell you about that favor. Of course not. You don't need to know Euphoria Palace's connection to all of it. Oh, Purity, or whatever merc group they've hired this time, is on their way. Jonestead simply isn't the safest. There is a campsite north of Windhelm that is in close proximity of a group of... Once camp is set up, she will need to wait there until I send word that it is safe to come back to Jonestead. I'll warn Alto, Bugdole, and Christie to expect trouble. They seem to be the most capable fighters. I'll have Wash tell the others to stay inside, and as for weapons, let's just say that word got around that a certain pair of orcs may have stashed some axes. I promise that I'll try to have everything. Now you must promise me that no matter what happens, you'll protect my daughter. Good. I'm counting on you, friend. Don't let me down.
What did my father say? Campsite, huh? Fine. Lead the way.
This is your trespassing here. You better clear out. Be gone. Step aside. This is your last warning. Get away from there or stay sharp. Move along. Business. Be on your way. This is your last warning. Get away from there or else.
Keep an eye out for trouble. It's only a matter of time.
Move along. Be gone. Be gone.
This is none of your concern.
Imperial. Hey, watch it. You leave me no choice, citizen.
Nice.
I'm getting out of here. Whoops. Be careful. Imperial business. Be on your way. Come on, come on!
Looks like someone has been here recently. Can you cook something up with the food I brought? I'll try to get a fire going in a minute.
Who's there? Done and done.
Everything is set up. Were you able to cook up anything? There's a list of recipes in the bag I got from Madado. I would love some tomato soup. Okay, take your time.
Yes? I'm not talking about this with you anymore. Oh, what is it? Alright, let's see what you have.
Everything is set up. Were you able to cook up anything? Fine. I'll cook something for myself later. About what? Should I know at a time like this? When Jonestead could be under attack as we sit here out in the middle of nowhere? If you say so. I'm more concerned about what's going on right now, but some explanation after all these years will help. I'm speechless. This entire time. Why? That doesn't even make any sense. How can this Project Purity be so cruel? And my father. Gods, I had no idea. Why didn't he tell me? I could have handled it. I'm only shocked because he's not here right now. For the second time in my life, he's not here. The one time I need him the most, and he's gone. I really hope so. I hate doing this. All I can do is worry about my father and the rest of Jonestead. Who knows what's going on? Yes, at least I get as much as I can. It won't be easy. In this cold, I'm so used to the warmth of Jonestead. Even with this fur coat, I'm still freezing. So much for my Nord heritage, huh? So cold. Thanks. Don't take too long. I doubt I'll last another minute. thanks. Don't take too long. That'll... It's another minute.
What? Ah!
So cold. For me? How sweet. That takes care of that problem. But there is something I'd like to ask you. If it isn't too much to ask, can you, spend the night to stay here with me? And yeah, sure that you're a busy person, but it sure is dangerous to be up here all alone.
You will? Thank you so much. This means a lot to me. I promise that I'll tell my father about your good deed when we get back.
I better get some sleep. Oh, and our next meal is on me if we don't get a message before then.
Thank the gods I've found you. I have news of Jonestead. Marcus was right. Those two men you faced outside, they were scouts. And now Jonestead is under attack. I was able to slip through their blockade the moment they infiltrated the town. Before I left, Marcus asked me to tell the both of you to come back. You must save Jonestead before it's too late. Only one. They're taking hostages. I saw them drag Bosca out of the where. They demanded to know the whereabouts of some of Marcus's friends, since Bosca refused and insisted that they take his life instead of the kids. So they did. Poor Argonian. Yeah, but they have him tied up inside his house, probably torturing him into revealing his valuables. He kept crying out for Cassia, but damn, the disgusting sounds of flesh being pummeled by fists drowned out his screams. Please hurry. Who knows what they will do with the hostages, whether or not they're... I have to go. I just need to get away from all of this madness. Thank you. I'm just a lowly courier, but I made some friends there during my visits. I hate to abandon them in their time of need, so I pray that you can save them in my place. Good luck, and may fortune favor your blade.
We have to go. Now. No way! I'm not spending another second stuck in this camp. I can help you. Maybe distract them while you move in for the attack. Anything. If they took my father as hostage, then they're going to want me alive. They're only attacking because of my family. I will not let them destroy Jonestead, and I will not let them kill my father. I'm with you all the way. We can lay out our plans once we get into town. Now let's hurry up and get to Jonestead.
I'm okay with the dark, but I've spent more than my share of time in the caves already.
Okay, this is entirely up to you. Either save my father first or the rest of the citizens. One way or another, we are not letting them hurt anyone else, understand? Let's go.
Someone there?
Found you.
Where'd you come from?
Knew it.
Shoot! They blocked the front door of my house. We need to find Walsh and see if he has something that can get us through. Shoot! They blocked the front door of my house. We need to find Walsh and see if he has something that can get us through.
What? Nakast!
Shoot! They blocked the front door of my house. We need to find Walsh and see if he has something that can get us through.
Where'd you come from? Who's there? What have you got? Where'd you go?
Shoot! They blocked the front door of my house. We need to find Walsh and see if he has something that can get us through.
Ah! They're going to pay for
not
this.
gonna
These
die like
bastards will be crushed under my hammer.
Thanks.
Huh?
Where'd you
Never
come
should have
from?
come here.
Where'd you come from?
Someone there? Time to end it.
Shoot! They blocked the front door of my house. We need to find Walsh and see if he has something that can get us through.
Wood! Nakas!
Shoot! They blocked the front door of my house. We need to find Walsh and see if he has something that can get us through. Shoot! They blocked the front door of my house. We need to find Walsh and see if he has something that can...
What? Nakast! Ah! They're going to pay for this! These bastards will be crushed under my hammer!
Command, sir. Shoot! They blocked the front door of my house. We need to find Walsh and see if he has something that can get us... Shoot! They blocked the front door of my house. We need to find Walsh and see if he has something that can get us through.
Gods, couldn't you have come any sooner? We sure got ourselves into one hell of a mess. Please, tell me that it's over. Damn. Are the citizens? That's a relief. Thankfully, these monsters didn't kill. And, Marcus? They should let you stroll right in. I overheard the guards talking. Apparently, Bosca is waiting either for you two, or whatever that is. Courier? We never had a chance. We were completely caught by surprise. We gave Christie and the orcs weapons. Bosca took them out, silently, before any of us realized what had happened. By then, his men had already struck. We were subdued in a matter of minutes. I can't speak for anyone else. I'm getting the impression that they're only here for Marcus. Well, let's allow Marcus to explain himself once he's free. If you're going to save him, then you might want to leave Kasia here.
Don't even think about telling me to stay here. I'm going with you whether you like it or not. You've gotten us this far. I'm leaving my father's fate in your hands. Please save him.
That's close enough.
Kasia, thank the gods you're alive.
And what do you know? The Guardian lives. Excellent work, Jax. Your experience as a bard finally paid off. This idiot walked right into our trap.
Kasia, you shouldn't have come. They were only keeping me alive so that they could get to you.
Exactly. Now that the family's been reunited, it's time to end this once and for all. My orders are to take the girl alive. As for you, Marcus, you already know your fate.
No. How much gold will it take to buy your mercy? Whatever you do, do not hurt my daughter.
Gold. We may be mercenaries, but our allegiance with Project Purity goes beyond such pettiness. This is about saving the world. This is about killing the man responsible for Serenity's sirens. Your unbridled expansion has not gone unnoticed. It was just a matter of when we should eradicate your despicable band of losers. What better time than now? The chaos that blankets this province will drown out the screams of your dying legacy.
You will never find me.
Do you recognize a sword? Elegant, mystical. It's one of a kind.
What? That means...
Azarana's father. The wall has been denied the blood of your sirens.
Damn you! Damn all of you!
Boss, stop. Don't do this.
Kasha, listen. I love you. Your mother, she's alive. She's...
Rest in peace, old man. May you find redemption in Sovngarde. Deal with them. Restrain the girl. Kill the Guardian. I will gather the rest of our brothers and prepare a retreat.
With pleasure.
No, this can't be happening. Not like this. I'm so sorry. It was. You should have stayed back. Maybe then you could have stopped them before they... I wish I hadn't been so ungrateful. Now he's gone and I can't say that I forgive him. He was, wasn't he? All those years he understood how I felt. Now, in the end, I finally understand why he protected me. It was because he loved me. I don't know what to say. My mother? Alive? Why would my father keep something like that a secret? Then there's these Serenity sirens that Oscar mentioned. Could they be related to her in some way? Not that I know of. I've cleaned this house thoroughly. If there was anything that may have documented his secrets, then he'd have to have kept it hidden pretty well. Father always spent most of his time in the study room. Maybe there's something in there that could give us some clues. Okay, I need to be alone. Have you found anything? Have you found anything? Interesting. This documents my entire family tree, beginning with my twin ancestors you mentioned back at me. My page is blank. Yes, here it is. Serenity Sirens. My father was their leader. Can't believe it. Years of secrets finally revealed. Can you keep this journal safe? I'd love to read it when I've calmed down. Oh? Let's see. This was meant for my 20th birthday. According to what he wrote, Dad was going to reveal everything to me. And my mother. She's in Euphoria Palace. With the sirens. No, not yet. I need to think about this. Don't get me wrong, I want to see my mother, but... what am I getting myself into? What are you getting yourself into? My father is dead because of purity. Because he was the leader of the sirens. What if I can end this war by staying away from this whole mess? You're right. But has purity changed? Are they still hunting down my family because of the old grudges? Or because of the sirens? We can't be sure. Like I said, just give me time to think.
What a mess. Thank goodness you and Kasha are okay. I had a bad feeling that things were going to be much worse. Marcus was a good friend. It's a shame that he, a proponent of peace, had to die amid such violence. Mosca and his men fled just a few minutes ago. I bet they didn't expect to see that many corpses when he walked out of his house. The orcs are taking care of the bodies, and the rest of the townspeople are safe and sound, traumatized, but safe. Not quite. I'd like to discuss some matters with you, in private. I'll meet you in my house. It's just down the pathway. Christy here will help Kasha clean up the mess and ensure Marcus's body is properly buried.
Go speak with Walsh. I'll help Miss Pin to clean up the mess.
What? Nah!
Good, you're here. Sorry about asking for a private discussion, but I have a sensitive request that may upset Kasha if she were to take it the wrong way. Before we begin, can you satisfy my curiosity and explain to me why Bosca raided Jonestead? That Marcus, always the ambitious one, but leader of an army of female warriors? Hiding away in that brothel to the east? I settled down in Jonestead to get... Having it barged through our front door was definitely something I wasn't too happy about. Making it easier to secure Marcus, stop the so-called sirens from unleashing hell. What puzzles me is why Bosca took the trouble to smuggle when he always had a mercenary company. If you want my opinion, I'd say it's a sort of saber-rattling. For whom? His clients will not be thrilled in the slightest when he returns, having only completed. Thankfully, you were here to stop him from taking Kasha away, which brings me to the reason I asked to speak to you. This is very difficult for me to say. He should have told us that he was a wanted man. He risked all of our lives trying to protect his... As much as I respect Marcus and his ideals of making Jonestead a peace... As long as a Pinder lives in town, none of us can rest easy. If this Project Purity that Marcus spoke of is truly hell-bent on they may not be so merciful without... No, I'm only stating the facts. Kasha will... Many of the citizens here have come to respect her. Probably what I am suggesting. is that for the sake of our town and her life, at least until she can work things out with the sirens, and because the only family she has, I'm hoping you may have some lodgings where she could stay for a little while. Marcus trusted. I'm conveying that trust now that he's gone. Good. I'm sure her feelings will be mutual. On behalf of Jonestead, thank you. Well, that's it, I suppose. You'll, again, thank you for saving Jonestead. We were so fortunate. With Marcus gone, I'll be in charge. If you ever need anything, feel free to stop by, and here, some gold for all the trouble. Take care of yourself, stranger. It's been an honor.
What do you need, sir? For your heroic performance during the attack, take these gauntlets. May they serve you well. Now that they've made their existence known, Bosca and his men will pay for their crimes. Fight on.
Just in time. Christy and I finished cleaning up. Everything is as close to normal as it can be. She went to go bury my father's body. If only I had more time to say goodbye, but he's gone. There was nothing more I could do. Christy mentioned that Walsh asked you something important. I take it you're about to tell me what that is? Oh, was that all? I was afraid it was going to be something like going off and hunting Bosca down or gathering an army to defend Jonestead. What a relief. Yes, why wouldn't I be? We haven't known each other for long, but after all we've been through, I trust you 100% with my life. No need to explain. I understand where Walsh is coming from. It is risky staying here. Do you own any homes? All you need to do is say the word and I'll pack my stuff and move out. It will be mutually beneficial for the both of us. You provide me food and shelter, and I'll clean up your house while you're off being a hero. Oh no, I'll provide my services for free. You're already going out of your way to give me a place to stay. Don't worry about my safety while you're away. I can take care of myself, but it would be nice if you could stop by every now and then to make sure I'm fine. It will be a thrill to finally see some more of Skyrim. So if it's okay with you, I'll be exploring the towns when I'm out working. I'll be careful. Only go out during the day, lock my doors, carry a dagger, check under the beds before I go to sleep. Like I said, don't worry. If the sirens are around, maybe they'll be my guardian angels. I decided we should go meet them sooner rather than later. I'd like to settle in first if you don't mind, so I'll let you know when I'm ready. You'll accompany me, right? I'm nervous just thinking about what we'll learn. And about seeing my mother. One last thing. How do you like my uniform? Thanks! Good to finally hear an opinion. I always felt out of place with it on. Tell you what, how would you like the idea of organizing my wardrobe? You can change what I wear on a daily basis. I like to keep my outfits separated in 3 groups: casual, work, and evening. Have fun with it. Give me something new to try on. Just don't give me something humiliating. Good, we've got that out of the way. You can speak with me directly about changing my wardrobe or moving to a new town. You can also do it yourself by putting clothes in the wardrobe in my upstairs bedroom, and using the ledger in the study room to adjust my work location. This is now as much of your home as it is mine. I better get back to work. Please take care of yourself out there, okay? We'll be visiting Euphoria Palace soon. Good morning. Can it wait for a bit? What a relief. Oh, don't get me wrong. We still need to go, but there's always tomorrow, right? Goodbye.
You're home. Want to play a game? Take care.
Just in time. Christy and I finished cleaning up. She went to... Christy mentioned that Walsh asked you... Oh, was that all? What a relief. Yes? Why wouldn't I be? No need to... Do you want any home? You provide me food and shelter, and I'll clean... Oh no. Don't worry about... I can take care of... It will be a thrill to finally see some more of Skyrim. I'll be careful. Like I said, don't worry. If the sirens are around, I decided we should go... You'll accompany me, right? One last thing. How do you like... Thanks! Good to finally hear an opinion. Tell you what, how would you like the idea of organizing my wardrobe? You can change what I wear on a daily basis. I like to keep my outfits separated in 3 groups: casual, work, and evening. Have fun with it. Give me something new to try on. Just don't give me something humiliating. Hey, don't you dare stuff my wardrobe full of clothes that would only be worn by someone at the palace. That would be pretty mean. You can speak with me directly about changing my wardrobe or moving to a new town. You can also do it yourself by putting clothes in the wardrobe in my upstairs bedroom, and using the ledger in the study room to adjust my work location. This is now as much of your home as it is mine. I better get back to work. Please take care of yourself out there, okay? We'll be visiting Euphoria Palace soon. Hello. Let me open up my wardrobe. Planner. I'm ready to move out. I've explored this house from top to bottom. Cleaning it was my daily life. Don't worry about me touching anything of yours down in the basement. Everything will stay in its place. Bland, isn't it? Please send me out and around Skyrim when you have the chance. No pressure. Can it wait for a bit? What a relief. Oh, don't get me wrong. We still need to go, but there's always tomorrow, right? I'm ready to move out.
What? Nakast! Need something? For going out of your way to save me during the attack. Here's a battle axe I ripped from the merc's cold, dead hands. I ain't keeping you.
Warm welcome to... I've come across a rare book you may find interesting. Take it as a thank you for saving my life.
Need something?
I take it... I wish I could repay you for your rescue during the attack. But I have no valuables.
Take
I
care
have
of yourself.
What? Nakast! What? Nakast!
Hello. I'm ready to move out. Jordis is quite the strong woman. She has told me countless stories of her trial. Wherever she ends up, there's always a new enemy to face. Apparently, her parents met my father back when we lived in Solitude. Odd that a Jarl would ask for something like that as a gift. You're lucky to have gotten such a wonderful home here in Solitude. My father and I own a small shack in town, which seems to have been torn down. Solitude is definitely not meant for us common folk. I used to live here when I was a child. It has changed from what I remember. Maybe it's because of the war. Solitude is a very peaceful city. It's a good... Can it wait for a bit? What a relief. Oh, don't get me wrong. We still need to go, but there's always tomorrow, right? I hope
Pa,
to see you
you're
soon.
home! Hey, Pa, I got you something. I hope you like it. When I grow up, I want to join the Legion. Hey, Pa!
Hello. Can it wait for a bit? Okay, if you're not too busy, then we can go to the palace right now. I just have such a bad feeling about this.
It's right out here. I don't know how you stand it.
Welcome to Euphoria. Euphoria. Indulge, but do not let that be the end of your life. Ascend to the second floor and succumb to our... Choose your fantasy, and they will make it a reality.
Where'd you come from?
I'm waiting.
Hello, my name is Sarah. How may I help you? Sirens? Oh, you mean our courtesans. Just head up the stairs behind me and you will enter the brothel. Mr. Pinder? Well, he is a very respected gentleman amongst the staff, but I doubt they would call him an ally when it comes to our affairs. What's your relationship with him? Has he sent you here? Dead? That's very sad news. Like I said, our staff was quite fond of him. He always took time out of his life to help. May I ask how he died? Assassinated. Listen closely. I'm not supposed to give you any information regarding the sirens. Leave the palace and make your way down the hill. Turn left and you should see the entrance to our warehouse. Godama should be on guard duty right about now. Tell her that you know about the sirens and that I sent you. She will take care of you.
Need something?
Good afternoon.
What? Nakast! I'm waiting.
It's so bright out here. I don't know how you stand it.
What? Nah!
This is the Euphoria Palace warehouse. There is nothing to see here, traveler. Did she now? No problem. You're cleared to go on through.
It's funny. All that reminds of the sun's inflated ego is that statue. Expecting someone else? You're lucky that Blondie over there seems to be here on her own terms. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bothered to say hello. Let's get straight to the point. Sarah dropped the news that Marcus is dead. Care to tell the full story? And you have no connection to the Mercs? Or to Purity? You just walked into the town one day and got involved in this mess. Well, I still don't trust you, but I'll leave your fate to Matari. Now walk with me. Try anything and you'll have to deal with more than just the four of us. If you have questions, save them for Matari.
Whoa, don't get too close.
Oh, did you need something?
Yes, I haven't got all day.
At ease, ladies.
Freya, Atari instructed that you bring only the Pinder daughter.
Change of plans.
We are ready to defend our mistress, stranger.
I have nothing to say to you.
Don't even think about it.
Keep walking.
You brought the stranger with you? Are you out of your mind?
You had quite the interesting story. Might be worth keeping around.
Mistress, what are your orders? Surely we can't leave this man alive. Not anymore.
I have faith in Freya's judgment. The stranger may stay.
See, Melody? Just because you've moved up in rank, doesn't mean your decisions are on par with mine. Now, let's get on with this. Mistress, the stranger has confirmed an attack on Jonestead, spearheaded by the heroes of Nern. Under direct orders by Project Purity, they were successful in killing Master Pinder. Commander Bosca escaped. Our saber here managed to secure the safety of the town's citizens and foil their second objective, to capture Kasha Pinder.
That explains the low number of mercs reported by our scouts in Fort Hazarath. They were busy dealing with the town.
The loss of Marcus will damage morale amongst the veterans, but we can manage. As of this moment, I am assuming the position of leader of our organization. Your ranks will remain as they are.
Wait, what about my mother? Where is she?
Your mother is dead. She was stationed at Fort Pazarath during the attack. There were no survivors.
No, not her too.
Melody, attend to her.
Yes, mistress.
Leave us, Freya. Inform the others of the news and have Tarius prepare a room for two. We can speak privately about the situation.
Are you sure? Yes, mistress.
Dragonborn. No person of your caliber escapes my attention. The others fail to recognize you, but I do. Your aura, your demeanor, is of a magnitude I have not sensed for a very long time. You will receive your answers. First, I would like to congratulate you on succeeding where we failed. Our organization was founded in order to protect the Pinder family. Marcus may have been killed, but you ensured the surprise attack on Fort Pazarath prevented us from sending any sirens to defend Jonestead. We lost a significant portion of our forces. Fort Pazarath was our only stronghold in Skyrim besides this palace. It is off the eastern coast. Pazarath shares a similar history to this palace. Besides what Marcus may have told you, there is little. The Project Purity of today is certain to have motivations far different from the purity that existed 200. The current one is a spiritual successor, carrying only the name and the resources. It is next to impossible to gather intelligence on an enemy that has remained in the shadows. However, we do have information on the mercenary group that you encountered in Jonestead, and its... The Argonian comes from a wealthy family. His entire inheritance went into the service records of the men in the company portray them in a... Their contracts usually consist of defending villains, hence their name. I have provided you all the major details about the two forces that are conspiring against us. That will be enough talk. The Pinder daughter is in need of comfort over the loss of her mother. I believe only you can help with that matter. Good. Before you leave, I have requested that a room be made available for the two of you. I have further business that should be discussed over dinner in the presence of company. Speak with Tarius the butler in the dormitory lobby and he will show you to your room. It would be wise for you and Kaja to get some sleep in the safety of this palace. For the time being, I am asking that Kaja remain here. Although you are free to come and go as you please. You are dismissed.
Matari let you live. I'm surprised. I passed by Blondie in the lobby, moping. I'm having trouble believing she's a Pinder. I have problem with her attitude. I was expecting so much more. So disappointing. Oh, how cute. Go on. Get back to whatever it is you were doing. You're no fun. Talk to you later.
I'll leave you two alone.
Hey, Melody and I were just talking. So we're getting a room? That's nice. What did Matari say? Anything about my mother? That's okay. I'm sure you had more important things on your mind. Not here. Let's go find our room first.
Ah, the visitors. I am Tarius, the Siren's butler. Please, let me show you to your room. This is your room, sir. I will be in the lobby if you need anything. Have a good night.
I was hoping for something a little more cozy. This place feels so empty. I'm glad I'm not the only one. In that room with Matari, I felt so uncomfortable. It was so cold and dark. I felt like I was alone, yet you were all there with me. And when I heard about my mother, I had to leave. I can't believe it. First my father, now my mother. Mother I never knew. Thanks. You've been quite helpful so far. Yeah, sirens. I didn't mean to sound judgmental. We just got here. I can't help but feel disappointed, you know? How Matari and Freya reacted? First impressions, I guess, can say a lot. I expected them to feel like I did. Maybe more. About my father. I wanted them to. To know that my father didn't sacrifice his entire life only to not be respected by the thing he created. Yet they seemed so dismissive of him. It didn't even affect them. I wonder if my father distanced himself too far from the sirens so he could be with me. But then that would mean he made a mistake. The sirens are more important in the end. They were his family. It affects it a lot. It makes their motivations less clear. I'm glad I'm not the only one. In that room with it was so cold. I can't believe it. First my father, now my mother. Thanks. You've been a friend? Thank you. Remember that we have the sirens on our side. They'll help out, I think. I'm glad I'm not. It was so cold. I can't believe it. First my father, now. Thanks. You've been quite helpful so far. Yeah. So I didn't mean how Matari and I expected them to know that my yet they seem. I wonder if the sirens are more important in the end. They were his family. Maybe he put a little too much effort raising me, but that's not the point. I'm concerned about the sirens' motivations. Do you think if their fortress hadn't been attacked, they would still be helping us? Would my father's death have been enough to motivate them into continuing the fight? I need to know they're doing this to protect others and not for vengeance. Yes, but we can never know for sure. I want to ask you something. You're my guardian and I'm your maid, but I need to be something more. For my father. I want to join the sirens. To make sure my family isn't forgotten if we win this war. Really? Wow, thank you. I was afraid it would take a lot more to convince you. No problem. I'll practice every day to make sure that never happens. I know, but with your support, it will be a lot easier. I'll bring it up during dinner with Matari. Back me up, okay? Don't let them make you second-guess yourself. I won't. Anyway, I was thinking of getting some sleep. I'll do my share of exploring some other time. I do want to check out how the sirens train, and hear their advice. Get an idea on what to expect if they do accept me into their ranks. But you should go out and have some fun. Take a break from adventuring for once. I'm sure there's plenty to see down here, and interesting people to talk to. Just don't hang around on the upper floors. Unless you're into the sort of things that go on up there. Good. Don't let those things tempt you away from being a noble person. I won't take up any more of your time. Let me know when you want to go to bed so I can get dressed. We have a big day ahead of us. Don't stay out for too long. Ready to get some sleep? I am. Okay, just give me a minute to change to my sleepwear. Stay over by the door. No peeking! This shouldn't take too long. All I need is a nice evening gown and we can finally get some rest. I wanted to ask you something. When we first met back in the warehouse at Jonestead, I was arguing with Bosco, remember? I made such a fool of myself by thinking I could make him see reason. It was so embarrassing to have you see me fail. So I'm wondering, why are you allowing me to join the Sirens? We haven't known each other for very long. Cleaning houses isn't what your ordinary warrior does for a living. And this outfit isn't exactly standard issue armor. You believe in me? But why? I don't know what to say. Yes. No point in letting the night go to waste. Or day. What time is it anyway? Go ahead and shut off the lights. Pleasant dreams. Thanks! This is such a wonderful day. We're here to get married, silly.
At last you have arrived, child. Are you prepared to commence your long-awaited wedding ceremony? You must be so anxious that you are in a daze. This is your wedding day. Now, are you ready? Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. This is such a wonderful day.
Interesting. I was so certain that he would have... You are not supposed to be here, Dovahkiin.
Easy there. You're in Euphoria Palace, our dorm room. Are you okay? Do you want me to get some water? I'm not sure. At first I thought you were restless, but then you started struggling violently in bed. Freya was nearby. I asked her for help and she ran off to get someone. What do you mean? Hey, wait. Something happened. Do you want to talk about it? Where did you go? And what did you see? Was there anything that would be? What did it say? Then you woke up? Good. Everything is back to normal. What's wrong? Hey, do you want to sleep with me? Just for tonight? You might rest easier that way. Me too.
The hero has awoken. A person you can truly call an ally, yet remains in the audience, a silent observer. You've spoken to her on Nirn, and she's spoken to you in the Void, the same being broken into two. I of course speak of Matari. You know her as the new leader of Serenity's Sirens. But her significance to this world surpasses the factions and conflicts that have formed around her. My master would like you to know that we are watching and waiting for the results of your actions. We know how it must end, but perhaps something will be left so that we may meet again. I cannot do that. Ignorance is the only thing that is keeping you free. You must play this dangerous game of pretend. Follow Matari's every command and suggestion. And when the moment comes when you are one step away from death, you cannot kill what isn't alive, but you can certainly try. And you can make her feel fear. Keep this knowledge in the back of your mind. Offer the slightest hint of hesitation or displeasure in Matari's presence, and she will discover our little secret. Trust us, and the worst that will happen is that you will lose the approval of the Sirens. trust Matari, and you risk damning countless realms. You're a hero, no matter what anyone may tell you. Only a fool would choose the path of self-destruction. There's one last thing you should know before I leave. There are heroes on both sides of this war between Purity and the Sirens. The one called Baska is set on a similar path to destroy his own masters. Leave him be, and Purity will unravel from within. Will you? He certainly won't. Now that the two of you have met, he's come to admire you as a fellow hero. Use that to your advantage. You'll realize that a part of him will always be holding back. I must return to my companions. May we meet again after skies divide, Dovahkiin.
What? Nah!
What's up? It's too early. Remember? We need to make our way over there around 5. What's up? Just on time. Let's get going.
Hello there. Always nice to meet a friendly face.
No.
Whoa, don't get too close.
Remember what I told you. Help me out when I ask about joining the Sirens.
Yes?
What? Nakast!
Let's wait for Miss Pinder to arrive before we begin. Splendid. You're both here. Let us begin. Ladies, assemble. Elda? Zana? Catherine? Morrigan? Myself, Melody? And our mistress, Matari. Please, have a seat. We will be with you shortly. I hope you're doing well today, sir. We have a variety of dinner platters available thanks to our chefs. We have the seafood platter, meat platter, vegetable platter, and cheese platter. What would you like? Seafood platter? Got it. Would you like anything to drink? We have Blackbriar Mead Reserve, Honningbrew Mead, Alto Wine, and Nord Mead. Honningbrew mead it is. Okay, Miss Pinder. What is your order?
Vegetables and wine.
Okay, I'll be right back.
What now? Nothing else?
Melody will be back soon. We may begin our discussion in the meantime. I'm not hungry. You appear tired. I promise to keep our discussion short. Tell me, have you ever had the fortune of being taken care of by multiple servants, and have all your desires made a reality? There is no harm in having more, as you can see with my maidens. I understand that you have an appreciation of combat. Have you ever served as a commander? Whatever experience you have will be enough to command your own group of sirens.
Dinner is ready.
Assuming you accept, you will be given an honorary rank within our legion, and be greatly rewarded for helping us end Project Purity. Your followers will obey your every word on the battlefield, even if it means certain death. There are obvious boundaries. They cannot be ordered to attack a fellow sister or harm our organization in any way. When you have proven yourself to be an effective leader, I will grant you permission to employ several sirens of my choosing. What you do with them is your personal affair, but they will always remain loyal to our order. A wise choice.
And he won't be alone. I want to join Serenity Sirens. I'll need training. I understand that it'll be difficult, but I promise to make the effort.
And you approve of this? Good. Then she will join. There is no need. As honored protectors of the Pinder family, I find it fitting that the young one wishes to pay her respects to Marcus by joining our forces. Yes. The training will rigorously challenge Yankasha on a physical and mental level. Instead of explaining to you all the details, I direct you to speak to Battlemaster Trisha in the armory. She will provide the both of you with weapons, information, and assignments. In the coming weeks, I will be preparing us all for the inevitable. We will be retaking Fort Pazarath. Our finest moment is approaching. The death of purity will mark the end of this 200-year war, and at last we will be free. I must continue my meditation. Enjoy your dinner. We will speak again soon.
That was easy. What? So joining was a bad idea? Why didn't you say anything? Don't lose it yourself. I trust you more than her with my life. You say that now, but we both know what that night was about. Be careful. Not for my sake, but for yours. Oh, I'm finished. I wasn't that hungry anyway. I'll meet you over in the armory. This is it. Let's go to the armory and speak with the battle master.
What? Nah!
Commander? Freya, she told us about Matari's plan to give you an honorary rank. You wouldn't be here if you hadn't accepted. The good news is that we can forego training and normal induction procedure. The bad is that I have no idea how well you'll work with my ladies. We've been at this a long time, Commander, doing routine missions here and there to make ends meet. Bonds have formed, and every mission is expertly choreographed by me. You're strong, no argument there. But you're being introduced into our Legion during what will be our greatest string of operations this organization has ever conducted. The enemy we've trained to defeat all our lives is here. Can I trust you on the battlefield and with my women? Then prove yourself to them. I'm giving you a small, easy assignment. Enough time to earn the respect of some of the warriors before we begin our combat operations.
Whoops. I thought you were done.
Ms. Pinder, do you have something to say?
Well, I guess they didn't tell you about me joining as a new recruit.
No, they didn't. Commander, may I speak to you over there? We'll speak around the corner. This wasn't your decision, was it, Commander? A potential siren is recruited after months of observation and testing. We must be sure that they will accept when we reveal to them the existence of our order. We know of Ms. Pinder's history through Marcus. As she is now, she would not qualify to be a siren. She lacks any form of combat experience and has a timid personality. Admirable for a woman, but not a warrior. We will have to push her mental and physical limits. She will break, but if she is committed, she can rebuild herself to be a siren. Maybe, but training will determine her inner strength. I just wanted to let you know out of courtesy. Time will be an issue, and our instructors will be limited as we focus our resources towards purity. If basic training is all she gets during our tight schedule, then so be it. May the bonds between her and the Sirens form through battle. I'll discuss training with Kasha personally. Back to the topic of your assignment. I'm sending you out with a team to gather scout reports from our agents stationed in Dawnstar and Winterhold. We know there will be trouble. A group of Sirens will be attractive prey for purity. What they don't expect is for you to be there with them. You've given them quite the scare in Inspire a little more fear, and the roads are ours. They'll be hesitant to waste warriors on pointless patrols afterwards. Lilith will be the team leader. She's right over there in the smithing area. This mission will be your one chance at learning our ways. Next mission, you'll be given command and a complimentary katana to call your own. Now go, and fight well, Commander. Dismissed.
We'll talk in a bit. Trisha is telling me about training.
Welcome aboard, Commander. Welcome aboard, Commander. Yes, Trisha told me beforehand that you would be... As Trisha said, information like that can damage a defense strategy. They will not give it up easily. You. You're learning quickly. When Purity and the heroes learn that you've made an alliance with the Sirens, they'll think twice before sending warriors to the field. A hesitant enemy is exactly what we need this early in the war. Good. Our plan is to head to Winterhold. There are several checkpoints along the way where our sisters are waiting to track. If we fail to arrive at a checkpoint within a given time, they will begin patrols to ensure all is well. When you're ready, meet us in front of the catacombs entrance.
You're leaving? Yep, it's as intensive as I could have imagined. Training in combat, seduction, leadership. It's going to take one big speed run through something that normally takes months. Trisha says that I'll have to stay down here until plans are finalized for the Fort Pazarath battle. Looks like you'll have to do away with my maid services for a while. Sorry. Something about changing my personality to be alluring. I have to attend a couple charm sessions to learn the basics. That's after weapons training. I'll be fine. Remember, this is the safest place for me to be in all of Skyrim. Go on and do what you have to do without me getting in the way. Right. Good luck and take care of yourself. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
What? Nah!
My, Commander, you're making friends quite easily. Don't get too carried away now, or some of them will get jealous. Can't a lonely gal like me say goodbye to her lover before he embarks on his journey? Don't act so surprised. Of course we are. You and me, the perfect team. Too bad you're stuck with Lilith today. But maybe someday soon, you and I will have so much fun. Just you wait. Now come back safe. I'll be waiting. Good luck on your mission.
Commander. Commander. Lilith would like to speak to you.
Commander, this is my team. Our team. On the ledge is Moline, a recent addition to our league, and an adaptable warrior in any environment. Over here is Samantha. We joined Serenity Sirens at the same time. She specializes in enemy tactics and history.
Wait, that's it? Come on, Lilith, introduce yourself.
The commander knows who I am.
No, no, you know what I mean. Don't be so modest. Promote your skills. Give the commander something to look forward to.
Samantha! He can judge for himself when we're in combat.
Jeez, Lilith is a mean dual-wielding maniac. She...
Damn it, Samantha! Show some respect! Lilith is in charge of this mission. Are you planning on treating the commander the same way?
I didn't mean to.
We can continue this conversation on the carriage. Talia is waiting. Talia is waiting. We must hurry.
Pretty sure Lilith would like to speak to you before we head off.
Talia is waiting. We must hurry. Talia is waiting. We must hurry.
Pretty sure Lilith would like to speak to you before we head off.
Talia is waiting. We must hurry.
What is it?
I should give you a heads up. There are 4 checkpoints. We'll be stopping at 2 on the way to Winterhold, and the other 2 on the way back from Dawnstar. There are sirens posted at each one. If you have to take care of personal business on the trip, the rest of the team will be waiting at the last visited checkpoint. The agents with the scout reports will be waiting at the local taverns. I'll need to be present so I can recite the code word and get the papers. If they're smart, they'll strike after checkpoint 4. Getting back up from the palace isn't as easy with visitors coming and going. They know that. We're ready when you are. Hop on the carriage and we'll be on our way.
Great to see all of you so excited to head out. Just say the word and we're off. It'll be a bumpy ride. Hold on!
We have a problem. Our radar room is telling me that the siren mage we saw by the pool needs to get to the palace. Protocol states that we can't substitute one mission for another, and...
Enough protocols. I need Alaray out of here now. She's mentally unfit and a burden to me and Emmy. If she ends up getting killed, her blood is on your hands. We've done all we could.
We're expecting an encounter with Purity and the heroes on our route. Alare would be much safer here than with us.
You would be safer if we got rid of the annoyance. Once she's out of here, I can return to guarding this checkpoint without having to look over at Alaray every minute. You're too predictable, Lilith. Always abiding by the rules. Let me talk some sense into you through this commander. a male joining the Sirens? Are we really that desperate for help? Like I said, take the Dunmer girl away so we can get back to guarding this post. She's mourning over the Pazarath massacre. We all do so in our own ways. But she's letting it interfere with her duties as a siren. All she does is mutter to herself by the pool and ignore all of my... At last, someone who sees reason. Lilith has a lot to learn from you. Now get Alaray out of my sight. Let the Battlemaster know that I'd like to have a word with her about this mess when I get back. And can you tell Lilith something for me? Tell her that Misha is at the next checkpoint. That should rattle her. Ha ha ha!
Did you convince Aradarum to keep Alare here? I hope you understood the risks involved in our... We can't take Alare back right now, and she can't wander... But what's done is done. I hope she'll stay down, if and when we're ambushed. Misha, now I understand why I haven't seen her for a while at the palace. Aradarum and Misha are two of Freya's pupils. Anyone trained by Freya tends to look at me with... I'd rather not get into it. Go and get Alare. Tell Talia when we're ready to leave.
Is this it? Am I finally going home to Morrowind? So it isn't home. Maybe someday. I had so many friends. The only friends I had were at the fort. Now they're all... I heard she was at Pazarath, but I never met her. Mother, I want to go home.
Are we done here? Checkpoint 2 awaits. It'll get colder from here on out. Huddle up, ladies.
I couldn't do it. Gods, I couldn't. I'm such a coward. I tried, but I couldn't bring myself to get halfway. Misha would kill me this time. All I need to say is, we're safe. No Commander, please, do me a favor. Let Misha know that we're proceeding into Winterhold. Try not to talk about me, or ask questions. It would get ugly.
Concentrate. Concentrate.
Loud, not silent like purity. Who approaches? I ask who approaches. Scout reports. You're the honorary commander that I was told about. You already reek of Lilith's scent. Stay for a while. We are in the middle of something interesting. I know that you defeated the heroes in Jonestead, but a siren has yet to taste that victory. For all the women lost in Fort Pazarath, for all the pain inflicted by the Samantha brothers on my sisters, he must be punished. I want to make him my brother in darkness. His right eye is already broken. Only his left is left. Enjoy the last moments of your sight, Marlborough. Soon all you will have left to enjoy in this life will be the music of my sirens. Only the music can drown out the screams. Commander, please, gouge the eye out of this monster. I need rest. Sirens! The melodies! Louder!
Did something happen? What? Okay, let's hurry and get out of here. Ready to go? Good. Talia went on ahead. She'll meet us in the frozen pond. Our agent will be there as well.
What?
There is no need for that. This one knows who
Is
you
that
are,
magic?
Lilith.
Carefully,
Papers. Here. Interesting activity.
I don't like doing business with
Thanks.
a sort of... Make it quick. Absolutely no I still have research that keeps me busy. And being here in Winterhold ensures
We
I
got
have
the
access
papers.
to former colleagues.
Just a quick look through them, and it gives us a better idea on what's going on over at Pazarath. Not yet. There's something I want to show you. Come. It isn't too far.
All right then.
Take your time. It's not like we're freezing out here or anything. Take your time. It's not like we're freezing out here or anything.
Open the safe and take out the bottle. There it is. The thing that started this war. Project Purity called it Aerosap. One drop is all it takes to increase the sex drive of female victim to extreme levels. It has no effect on males, just as Purity intended. Once the victim is under the influence, the effects are permanent until they are past the age of childbearing. The psychological effects stay for a lifetime. All the sirens know the story of the Pinder twins that were poisoned by this. 200 years ago, the world was so close to destruction, and they didn't even know it. One drop is all it takes to increase the sex drive of female victim to extreme levels. It has no effect on males, just as Purity intended. Once the victim is under the influence, the effects are permanent until they are past the age of childbearing. The psychological effects stay for a lifetime. All the sirens know the story of the Pinder twins that were poisoned 200 years ago. Not because of the Oblivion Crisis, but because of this. If Purity's plans hadn't been foiled, we'd all be under their reign. They would have distributed it to the wealthiest clients first. They would have controlled our populations. All it took was one person to stop that from happening. Serenity, the being that our order is named after. Her sacrifice to destroy the source of Aerosap set Purity back years. Enough time for the Pinder family to grow and expand. Each generation has sacrificed everything to stop Purity. God's willing. Kasha will not be among them. That's the last bottle of Aerosap. It's not mine. It's Freya's. There. No. Freya doesn't need it. You've seen her. Probably talked to her. She kept it as a trophy. I don't know how she got her hands on it in the first place. But there were 23 bottles accounted for in recovered Purity manifests. All but one was she showed it off whenever we came up here for training. It gave us a motivation to persevere. There's no need for that now. We have all the motivation we need after everything that's happened. I wanted to ask you something, but it should wait. Talia must be getting worried sick. Ah, I forgot. Alare told me she was going to visit the college. Can you go get her? The rest of us will be waiting back at the carriage.
What? Nah!
Commander, do we have to leave? I've always wanted to see the college since this is where I belong. I made a mistake joining the Sirens. I thought I would be able to handle the king. No one has ever left Serenity's silence. I don't want to be the first. They would think I'm a coward. You would do that? Thank you. Oh, we should hurry then.
What? Nakast!
We're ready to leave.
One city down, one more to go. Ready?
You don't need to tell me twice.
Got the reports, but we might have trouble. There was an odd man in leather armor at the inn. He was obviously interested in me and the agent. Go ahead. Best if I... Be careful.
What? Nakast! Colorful.
Mm-hmm. Thoring runs the inn. Speak to him.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything. Or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
For crying out loud, what is it now? Ah, damn. You're not my drinking buddy. Drinking away my troubles, friend. You?
Who are you?
Can a man scope out the goods without having somebody jump down his throat? You know what? There is. But I ain't talking. Unless you buy me some Blackbriar mead. Yeah. So, you bought me some mead or what?
I'm sorry. Take a look. Till next time.
Our hero claims a warrior's
So, you bought me some mead or what?
I tell you, the
Haha,
dragonborn
that's
comes
the good stuff.
with a voice-wielding power of the ancient Nord art. Believe, the dragonborn comes. It's an end to the evil of all Skyrim's foes. Beware, the dragonborn comes.
Yeah. So, here's the thing. I was so interested in the blue-haired freak because their kind had crossed paths with my old family. Ever heard of the Dark Brotherhood? I used to be with... Me and my buddies were all blamed for botching those strings of missions a while back. Don't know if you've ever heard of them Ashen women. Every single. And we were all freshly inducted into the Brotherhood. Poor sobs had barely killed a couple of mercs before we started going after the big contracts. All of us were kicked out for such pathetic attempts at fulfilling our duties. They didn't believe a word we said. Can you believe it? The hottest women this side of Tamriel beat us to the punch. Oh, don't go telling that story around the taverns. Yep. But I don't have to tell you that. You know her. So you two an item or what? Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Listen here. I want some serious payback against those bitches. Just say the word and me and my buddies will follow you to the ends of the world to take them out. Mother always said to go out with a bang. I'd die happy if I got to sink my sword into at least one of them for getting me kicked out of the family. Whatever you say, but if you change your mind, you know where to find me. Just ask for Dimitri. I can get my entire... Remember, friend, when the entire world seems to have... You are not alone. Hey, barkeeper, another drink. I'm dying of thirst over here. Shoot, you still here? Buy me another round of drinks at 50, will you?
It's an end to the evil.
Where'd you come from?
Did you figure out why he was so curious? Okay, that's what I thought. Assuming he's not lying, I doubt he has any affiliations with the heroes or... We should get going. The way back will be a lot more eventful, with a possible ambush. Remember to stay alert.
Let's hit the road. Keep your eyes peeled for shady characters.
Whoa, that's a long drop. This sure is dangerous. What am I thinking? That reminds me.
Need something?
Oh, did you need something?
Hi there.
Commander? Yes. I take it you're going to ask about Misha. My performance caught the attention of Freya. She offered to... I'd heard rumors of her rigorous training exercises from my sisters. None were detailed enough to give me an idea of what to expect. I accepted. It wasn't long before I met her other students. Aradagrum, Elda, Misha. There were others. Many perished at Pasarath. But these three were the ones that I grew closest to. Our lessons were very basic to begin with, but they evolved to become more complex and demanding. When we were finally given missions, Freya's true colors were shown. She tortured our targets, made them suffer needlessly to get information we could have easily gotten without violence. It wasn't long before she ordered us to do the same. I refused. In return, I was mocked by the same students that I had learned to call sisters. I was called weak and pathetic, unworthy. All except Misha. She was the one person who stayed silent, and the only one who provided comfort. I chose to stay, even as the insults and punishment for disobeying orders grew more severe. One day, Freya took us to Winterhold for what was supposed to be a routine training exercise. Disgusting acts upon one another. That's all you have to know. More determined than ever, I stood my ground. Freya's tolerance finally broke. She grabbed me by the neck and threw me to the ground. A barrage of punches and kicks followed. All she could do was laugh hysterically. I almost lost consciousness. When it was finally over, I got up to face Freya. She grinned. Before I could decide whether I was willing to sacrifice my life to kill this woman, I heard a whisper behind me. Lilith, you're a disgrace. I should have known. Misha had eventually reduced her contact with me until it became non-existent. That sentence confirmed everything. She was no longer a friend. She had become another casualty of Freya's teachings. So I turned around and set out to end her life. I got on top of her and gouged out her eyes. Screams. Freya started laughing. I stopped and realized what I was doing. I was in shock. Freya congratulated me for finally fulfilling the very first order she had given all of us. Torture another being. Misha's screams had alerted the guards. We had no choice but to abandon her. It was several weeks before she showed up at the palace. She had escaped from jail and made her trek by foot, blind, bloody, and naked. Freya was elated to see her student again. All I could feel was shame. I left Freya's group and returned to resume my original training. I haven't spoken to Misha since. Maybe, but I'll deal with it when the time comes. I could have left Serenity Silence after the incident, but I didn't.
Right out here.
Even though I disagreed with everything Freya put me through. I chose to stay. It would have been selfish of me otherwise. Our order was born out of a man's hope to save his family, and to destroy the evil that was infecting the world. How could I abandon a cause like that? I showed you at Winterhold why we choose to fight. Our methods might not be the same, but we are all sisters, fighting for something we can believe in. But you, what are you fighting for? The Dragonborn, the Slayer of Alduin, and the Savior of Nirn. Your destiny has been fulfilled. So why do you continue to fight? The Pinder daughter. Yet she has chosen to fight as well, refusing to let you take the responsibility of being her guardian. Commander, do you like her? And when there is nothing left to fight, what do you plan on doing with the rest of your life? You have no reason to worry. Your future will come to you. I don't know. Marcus promised us that we would all be free when purity was removed from the world. That all sirens would be welcome to live in Jonesstead, where we could live out the rest of our lives in peace. But he's dead. Matari has never spoken to us of the future, and none of us have really cared. She's like a mother to some of us. Her presence gives some of us hope that everything will be all right, no matter the outcome. Disbanding Serenity Sirens after the war was Marcus's plan. With Matari, I think she wants to keep the order intact so we can all be together. Did I? Sorry, I misspoke. The truth is, I'm just as curious about our fate as you are. Understood. You should get some rest before we make our way to Checkpoint 4. Wait. Here. It's a necklace I've carried around since I left Akavir. Give it to Kasha. A gift from you to her. Because we're all afraid.